viewers, we now have a breaking update coming in relation to this very story. The Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association has written to the Supreme Court Secretary General over the threat calls. This is a breaking update first on Republic. Right now, we have in fact accessed the letter as well, but the Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association has now written to the Supreme Court Secretary General. We have Ananya on the phone joining us. Ananya, can you please tell us about what the Advocates on Record Group specific complaint is and what they want the Supreme Court Register Secretary General to do about it? Ananya.
Well, yes, remember, Ankit, that over 1,000 advocates had received threat calls with regards to this PM security hearing that is happening, and it was into deliberations that now these advocates have now written to the Secretary General, Shri Virendra Kumar Bansal Saab. With regards to this, they say that with reference to the aforesaid subject, we wish to inform the good self on behalf of. So basically, they're informing about this whole incident and the threat calls that have been received by the various advocates on record. And now, in fact, Ankit, in view, it says, and I'll read it for you, in view thereof, it is requested that immediate action be initiated against those who have done these calls, and basically it's seeking a probe from the Supreme Court Secretary General. It is also asked that there shall be action from the judiciary in order to direct an investigation in this regard. It has also been asked that there shall be a probe that shall be happening into this, and in fact, they want a speedy investigation to this effect, Ankit.
Right, Ananya, there, stay with us, Ananya, as you break details of the letter that has been written by the Advocates on Record to the Supreme Court, over the threat calls that they have received. Like Ananya is breaking down for us, the Advocates on Record want to know how 1,000 of their members' ranks numbers were leaked to whoever it was that is making these threats. They are very worried because this is not something that was in the public domain. You'll remember Republic was the first one to break this story. We had Rhythm live with us, and a number of senior advocates had spoken to us. Mahesh Jetmalani had also spoken to us. I'm now told we have Rishika joining us in the newsroom with the letter of the Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association. Rishika, over to you. Take us through this letter.
Right. We'll take you through the letter, Ankit. They've said that it is an utter violation of their privacy, that their registered mobile numbers that were out in public domain and that they've been compromised. They're saying that as their numbers have been leaked, they are now they could now face their data could be hacked, their phones could be hacked. As the letter reads, the letter reads that their confidential data and sensitive information pertaining to cases before the Supreme Court and banking details are stored on their respective mobile phones, and the miscreants now may misuse the sensitive data if the mobile phones are hacked. So they're raising a serious issue. Not just that they have been receiving threat calls, they could their phones could be hacked in the future, and all just as Prime Minister Modi's security breach happened, and these lawyers are in court arguing over the matter, filing the plea. So the letter raises several pertinent questions. The letter further reads, it says the caller warned the Supreme Court judges to refrain from hearing the public interest litigation filed by an NGO lawyer's voice seeking probe into the security breach on the ground, and that the Honorable Supreme Court has not been able to punish the culprits of the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. So mentioning all of the details and also further raising some very grave questions about how their phones could be hacked. Back to the studio.
Right, Rishika, they're breaking down details of the letter that has been written by the Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association to the Supreme Court Secretary General. Very clearly, it is written there the exact specific complaints that the advocates have. This is a story that Republic was the first to break. 3 sets of threat calls have been received by over 1,000 advocates of the Supreme Court. All this happened while the Apex Court was hearing the plea into the Supreme Court, into the Prime Minister's security breach rather. This is a multifaceted story that Republic has been tracking. You can read the entire letter on Republic World very, very shortly.